Hey y'all, so I am back with another video, and in this one I'm going to start off by doing a soak off. Now I normally do not ever really show soak offs, and that's because I do not provide them. I do not do soak offs or fills. The only exception is my clients who have natural nail overlays. I do provide rebalances and soak offs for them, but that pretty much is the only instance I do that. Now this is a friend of mine, so that's why I'm just soaking off hers, and I thought it would be perfect for me to show you guys. So I always start off by just clipping off the free edge. Now I'm going to come in with a extra coarse drill bit, and I'm just going to file these down really thin. And I noticed that when it comes to soaking off your own nails, a lot of people have a hard time. They say that it takes them forever. Well, the trick is that you have to get that product down as thin as you can before you even put it in the acetone. So that is the only thing that I find to help. And also, when it comes to actually soaking it off, I like to warm my acetone up. So after I have filed these down pretty thin, I have this nail bowl that I got from just my local nail supply store, and it is pretty much just a two-sided bowl. So the bottom half I fill up with water, and then I microwave it for maybe 30 seconds, not too hot. And then I place the top half on top, and that's where my acetone goes. And that water just warms up that acetone, and it eats that acrylic up even faster. So this is about 5 minutes of soaking, just enough time for me to file down her opposite hand. And now once I've taken that out, look how soft that acrylic is. I'm coming in with a diamond drill bit, and I'm just using that to buff off that softened acrylic. So the diamond drill bit, I don't want to go all the way down to her natural nail with it. So I'm going to come in with my hand file, and I'll just use that to buff away what is left. I'm also going to come in and file down her free edge. So I'm going to start my natural nail prep. And anytime that I'm doing a full set, I like to have that free edge down as much as I can. So this method takes me maybe about 20 minutes for both hands. So this works best for me. So once I have all of that product off, I'm going to start my natural nail prep. And you guys know how this goes. I'm going to push back her eponychium. I'm going to come in with my cuticle bit, and then I'm going to etch her nail plate just to remove shine. So I don't know about you guys, but if you are a nail tech, then you know how up and down your schedule can be. Well, here recently, I feel like that's how my schedule has been. I've had a lot of cancellations. I have had a lot of clients moving their appointments around, and then I have also had a lot of new clients. So my schedule has just been all over the place. So once my schedule gets back to normal, I hope to get back to being at a normal upload when it comes to my videos. So back to this set, once I have all of her nail plate done, I'm going to come in with a ball bit and just buff the back of her cuticle area. I want to make sure that I get all of that dead skin off so it does not interfere with my application. So I have applied her tips and filed them into shape, and these are the stiletto tips from Amazon. And now I'm going to just start my application. I'm going to start by building a French. So I'm just going to take my nude, I'm going to place that at the cuticle area. I'm going to walk it down and then just start forming that into a almond shape. Okay, so once I have that first bead down, I'm going to go in and just build up this reverse nail bed. So the reason why I'm building it up is because I'm already preparing it for my apex. So when I come in and fill this in, I won't have to worry about adding any extra product back there. Alright, so moving on to the ring finger, this one is just going to be that solid nude, and pretty much this foundation is going to be just some solids and then two Frenches. So for the solid, I'm starting off with one medium-sized bead, and I'm starting at the cuticle, and I'm going to bring that all the way down towards the tip. Now this isn't a very big bead, I'm just kind of using this as my base, and then once I get it all over the nail and I get the sides clean and I get it into the shape that I want, now I'm just going to build up my apex. So I'm going to come right in the center of that nail with a small bead. I'm going to place it there, build it in the center, and then just blend it through the tip. And then finally, I'm going to come in with my cuticle bead and just blend that in. Alright, so as you can see, I already filled in those other solid nails, and now I'm coming back to my pinky and I'm just going to file that French into shape. The thumb is also a French, and when I'm coming in and filing this French, I'm only doing the outer portion of it, so those side walls I'm going to really get sharp, and then I'm going to come in with my black. This is from Not Polish. I really love this black, and that's hard to say when you're using a black powder, but this one is easy to use. I don't find that it's very messy, and I will continue to get this one. So like I said, I just put my brush in reverse, and then I place my bead down and really press that into my nail bed. Now I'm going to just smooth it out through my tip. I'm going to make sure that I am shaping this. I'm going to make sure that I keep a little bit of it clean as much as I can, that nail bed, because I am going to file this, but I don't want to leave too much of that black pigment onto the nude, because as you're filing, you can continue just to file into your nude and it can start messing up what you created. So I want to keep it as clean as I can. Alright, so I have all of my application done, and now I'm going to come in and finish file these. I'm just going to start off by using my hand file, and I'm going to file my edges first. I'm going to make sure that those are sharp. I'm also going underneath to make sure any acrylic that was left underneath that nail, I'm going to file away. And now I'm just going across the body and shaping that free edge till it's nice and smooth. And as you can see, that black is coming off pretty well. Since I didn't do too much of it on the nude, it makes it to where it's real easy to get it just with my hand file instead of coming in with my electric file and filing away all of that. Once I get done filing this with my hand file, I'm going to come in with my sanding band and just flush out the cuticle area. So here are the nails all nicely finished, filed, and ready for design. And for my design, I'm going to be doing I guess you can say a marble, but I'm going to be using my Blossom gel to achieve that. And the colors that I'm using are just the black and white gel polishes, and then of course the Blossom gel. So I'm going to apply that on my palette, and I'm going to swirl those colors together. And as soon as I did this, I was like, no, this is not the right mix that I'm going for. So I quickly just took that off my palette, and I'm going to come in and substitute the white for a nude. So I'm taking that nude, putting that on my palette, and then I'm going to dab some of that black into that nude and then just swirl that around. Once I have all of that mixed in, I'm going to apply the Blossom gel onto the nail, and then I'm going to take a nail art brush, and it can be any kind of nail art brush, and I'm going to pick up that gel polish, and when I place it onto the nail, I'm being very light with my pressure. I'm basically just applying that gel polish to the surface of the Blossom gel. I don't want to drag it through the gel, but instead just apply it on top. And I'm going to do that in a diagonal motion because I want it to just cover the tip. And then after I do that, I'm going to do the same thing on the pointer finger, and then I'm going to cure those for a full 60 seconds. Next, I'm going to apply some foil. So I'm going to take my foil gel and I'm going to apply that on all of the fingers except the middle one. I'm going to make sure that I do a thin coat. I don't want it too thick. And then I'm going to cure that for just 30 seconds. And I'm not using foil, I'm using the leaf kind, and the reason why I use the foil gel is because I want that leaf to really stick down into that nail. I want it to lay as flat as it can, and I'm going to do that just on the black portion of the French nail. And then when it comes to my marble nails, I'm going to do that just on the edge of that marble. And as I place this foil down, I'm also going in and barely just tapping it with my finger just to make sure that it is super flat, because once I have all of this foil applied, I'm going to go in with a base gel and pretty much encapsulate all of this foil. So that's why I want to just make sure that it's down as flat as it can be. So once I have all of that done, my final design, I'm going to be doing some 3D nail art, and I've already applied my top coat to this nail and I've wiped it away of any inhibition layer, and now I'm coming in with my black and I'm going to start my little rose. So I start with a little dot and then I come right in and I start separating that and pulling it out from side to side, kind of making a C. So I get it where I want it to be, and then I'm just going to start pressing out the petal. And you don't want to do too much, you don't want to use too much pressure, and I'm just going to press those petals out from side to side. I'm going to make sure that from the beginning of the petal I'm pressing out towards the end. So once I have that done, I'm going to come in with my next bead, apply that right across from my first bead, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing, but this bead I'm going to bring in and kind of overlap my first bead. And then once I get done with that petal, I'm going to come in with one more and do the same thing. Now I would normally go in and add a centerpiece, but instead I'm going to be using some diamonds for my center, so I'm going to leave that blank. Once I have all of that done, I'm going to add just some little bit of leaves on the side, nothing major, just some small ones, and then I will do one more towards the tip, one more 3D flower. So once I added the diamonds, this set was complete. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in another video.